Greetings and welcome back to another episode of Searching for Sports Cards. We are going to continue our journey through this box of 1991 Upper Deck. In the last episode we did pull some of the key cards out. Still really on the hunt for that Michael Jordan short print would be the main thing we're looking for. So we're going to go ahead and just get started, get this thing rolling, try to keep you guys in around that 15-minute mark like always. And we've got another card from the Heroes of Baseball Nolan Ryan set. 5,000th strikeout for Nolan. We got the Barry Bonds. Even though it's a checklist, it's still kind of a fun card. Got our first top prospect of the rip here. It's going to be Gary Scott from the Chicago Cubs. Again, we're going to put all those off to the side just to take a look at them later and see what kind of nonsense we can come up with over there in the top prospects. Bob Tewksbury, Cincinnati Reds Hollow. Hubie Brooks. We're just going to keep flipping around with these upper decks. It's a common theme with upper deck is super obnoxious collation on their packs, but we'll just fight through it. Scott Garrelts, Omar Olivares. There he is. There's the GOAT himself, Nolan Ryan. As always, that one's going to stay with me in the PC. Andres Thomas. George Brett. We might have pulled that one in the last video, too. Dave Gallagher. Never going to complain about duplicates on a Hall of Fame player, though. Shane Mack. Bobby Bonilla. Got to always take a second to admire Bobby just because of his contract. Here we are. That card was printed in 91, and 2022, he's still collecting a paycheck. Mickey Hatcher. And Lenny Harris to round out that first pack. So, not too shabby on the first pack. A couple of Nolans, a George Brett. Don't forget that Gary Scott top prospect to put towards my retirement accounts. What is going on with the top of that card? Get a better look at that one. And we got a top prospect checklist. Put that in the pile so we know if we complete the set or not. Oh, here's the Phil Plantier. I had so many Phil Plantier cards. I used to trade for these, buy them off my buddies. I was convinced this guy was the deal. Boy, was I wrong. Got the sixth no-hitter of the Baseball Heroes. It's a fun little insert set. I don't think there's any real value to them, but still fun for me. Pete Smith. Travis Fryman. There was a guy that had a bunch of hype back then. Travis Fryman. Brian Downing. Jim Eisenreich. Ricky Jordan, another guy that was fairly highly touted that didn't quite live up to the hype. Ken Caminiti, RIP. Another checklist. Eric Anthony. Mel Hall. Hall of Famer Dave Winfield. Ruben Sierra. Another one of those guys with tons of hype. He was a rookie. I think 87 tops was his first card that I could remember. Scott Coolball rounds out the pack. Keep this thing moving. There's a couple cards got this little... I don't know if you guys can see that, but I've noticed that on the backs of a couple of these cards. I don't know if it's just from sitting in the package all these years or what that is. Started off with Jose Vizcaino. Mike Bell. DJ Dozier, star rookie. New York Yankees checklist with Roberto Kelly. Not to be confused with R. Kelly. Scott Radinsky. San Diego Padres holo. Joe Carter. Obviously, everybody knows about Joe Carter's home run in the World Series. Joe Gray. Dennis Rasmussen. Stan Belinda. Flipping the back and forth. Flipping. Bobby Ojeda. Dave Bergman. Julio Valera. Mark Knudsen. Jack Morris. Andre Dawson. And Dwight Smith. No, can't be knocking the Hawk off the stand. That's probably a felony in Illinois. Keep this rip going. Yeah, there's just some kind of bleed through going on. This card has it too. This must be from where the cards sit against the pack. It's all I can figure. I'm not really sure. It doesn't appear to be indented into the card like the foil pushed into it. It's just a little ink stain. Got Rich Gedman. Alex Fernandez. Again, that would have been a hot card in 91. Another star rookie. Dave Hansen. Milwaukee Brewers checklist featuring Dave Parker. Interesting selection there for the checklist of all the guys they could have went with. They go with Dave Parker, who was barely a Brewer. Ron Robinson. Pittsburgh Pirates hologram. Julio Franco. Probably still playing professional baseball somewhere. Pete Incaviglia. Another Pete Incaviglia. Got Robbie Alomar. Norm Charlton. Glenn Davis. Mike Sharperson. Robbie Thompson. Ozzie Smith. What we got here? Mark McGuire, The Bashing Years. Card 656. Neat little card. And a Gary Pettis to round out that pack. Alright, got a few more shots left at the Jordan here. 5 more to go. This stack. I'm really enjoying these 91 Upper Decks. 89 Upper Deck obviously is the first time they came around, but just in general, Upper Deck was so much more premium than some of the other sets for this time. Juan Gonzalez, that's a couple years off of his rookie, yeah. There's the Mo Vaughn rookie we talked about. Neat little card. That would have been a really hot card back then too. Got the Baltimore Orioles checklist featuring Greg Olson. Danny Arkfelds. Phillies holo. Craig Lefferts. Yeah, got the Rocket. Put him on the stand, even though he's not a Hall of Famer. He sure should be. Craig Lefferts. Oh, but he did steroids. Yep, and that's part of the history of the game. You got to tell all sides of the history, in my opinion. Tom Brunansky. Dave Magadan. Mike Bielecki. Larry Walker. Mike Felder. Derek May. Guy I had high hopes for as a kid. Dwight Smith. And another Andre Dawson. All right, 4 packs to go. surprised we haven't run into Jerome Walton yet. Freaking Jerome Walton. Mike McFarland. Yeah, we got another Baseball Heroes. Nolan Ryan. Victory number 1. Been back in the Mets years. 1968 probably. Leo Gomez. Star rookie. We have a Cleveland Indians checklist featuring Sandy Alomar. These checklists, I mean, there's no value to them, but they do have some neat artwork, and we'll give them that. Gumby, Jimmy Gantner. Cincinnati Reds Hollow. Gary Pettis. Another Julio Franco. I was wondering if that's an image variation of the first one we looked at. I'm going to double check that one later. Alex Cole. Todd Zeal. Gary Carter, Hall of Famer. Tim Cruz. Pat Combs. Mark Grant. Andy Hawkins. Scott Coolbaugh. And another Ruben Sierra card. 3 cracks left at it for this stack of packs here. Still looking for Chipper Jones, too. Chipper Jones would be a nice little find, but it's really the Jordan that I'm after. Mike Schooler. Another team checklist for the Mets. That's Greg Jeffries. Got another top prospect here. John Eriks. John Barfield. Another Padres hologram. Tom Candiotti. Jeff Manto. Moises Alou. I don't know if he appeared in 90 Upper Deck or not, but looks like he only played 16 games in 90. So that might be an Alou rookie. I'll have to research that one out. Try not to get pee on my hands when I do it. Terry Steinbach. Luis Polonia. Dana Keeker. Greg Vaughn. Dennis Martinez. Robin Yount, Hall of Famer. Oh, this is one of my Steve Sachs. This is probably, again, you guys know how I feel about horizontal cards. But this triple exposure of the all-time base stealer coming off of first base is a pretty awesome card. That was a really cool card back then, and I'm pretty happy to have it right now. Oh, we missed the stand with that one. There's no way to treat the legend. Still got 2 packs to go here. Still hoping for that Jordan, maybe a Chipper Jones. I always like collecting Ricky Henderson. Still enjoy him to this day. Storm Davis. We got our Expos checklist. Tim Wallach, maybe? Yep, sure is. Tim Wallach. Got a top prospect for the Brewers. Chris Johnson. I don't think he ever made it. Ken Daly. We'll see what my buddy James knows about Chris Johnson. I don't remember that name very well. Gerald Perry. Back and forth, back and forth. Mike Sims. A couple back-to-back Hall of Famers here. We got Eddie Murray. And we got Barry Bonds. Dave Martinez. Joe Orsulak. Tim Neri. Mike Henneman. The way these cards, it drove me nuts back then, and as much as it's fun to look back at these, it's starting to kind of drive me nuts now. Vince Coleman, Greg Cadaret, and we got Will the Thrill. All right, Taker, bring us some last pack magic here. Let's see if we can pull that Jordan card. I'm a little off my pace here. I try to keep you guys in at 15 minutes. We just crossed the 15-minute mark, so appreciate you guys hanging with me for this long. We got Rich Rodriguez. We got the Phillies checklist featuring Lenny Dykstra. I think we got one here, guys. This is one of the ones we're after. Chipper Jones. Centering is not terrible on it. It looks like it might be off a little bit top to bottom, but still a cool card nonetheless. Anytime you can pull a rookie of a Hall of Famer, you can't complain. Bobby Witt. Philadelphia Phillies. Jose De Leon. Freaking Ben McDonald. Can you guys tell I'm bitter about Ben McDonald? I think we're all bitter about Ben McDonald. We all had a lot of hopes in Ben McDonald cards back in the days when we were kids. Charlie Leibrandt, David Segui, Felix Jose, Curt Schilling. Probably should be in the Hall of Fame. I think they'll keep punishing him because of his outspokenness and some of the political views that he has, but he should probably be in. Mark Guthrie, Wally Backman, Jose Canseco, Mark Gardner, and we're going to finish up this last pack with Greg Swindell. All right, you guys, that's 17 minutes. I'm a little long. I like to keep you guys in around 15 minutes. But again, another fun rip. We pulled a bunch of Hall of Famers. We got a couple Nolan Ryan Heroes inserts, and we got the Chipper Jones top prospect card. So all in all, I would have to call this little session here a win. We've got 2 stacks left to go to try to find that Jordan. But so far, so good. I've really been enjoying the 91 Upper Deck with the exception of the way they get packaged. And yeah, we'll just keep on ripping through these. Again, we'll continue to upload on our Tuesday schedule. Hopefully you guys are enjoying the series so far. Go ahead and hit that thumbs up button if you are, and we will see you on the next episode. You guys keep on ripping.